So look, this is not going to be a comparison between this brand and that, between that front wing and the comparison with the fuselage and the stab and whatnot. This is going to be a video to assure you that if you buy cheaper, like Takoon here, that you're not going to be making a mistake.
Welcome to Matt on Foil.
Now I'm going with the wind. You can probably hear me better. That thing works well. The front wing is still huge, but with the smaller stab, it feels agile. Really nice. But let's get into the office and let's talk about that wing and the whole setup with a cup of coffee.
So let's have a look in what they have to offer with big front wings, with beginner material, but if you want to take it to another level. All right, so you know the Pump Pro 2300, it's an easy front wing to get going. It's hard to turn because it's at the span of 1 meter and 73 centimeters, so it's pretty big span. But if you pair it with the right stab, then it's really good. The board, you know, it's the Takoon Pump 80, which is a good board, and it's got that reinforcement to really make it stiff. Probably, I don't know, but it's easy to hold. It is super straight, doesn't have a concave, which I kind of miss, but you know, it pumps super well. It is light, it is stiff. That's what you want from a pump board. Then let's talk about these masts. And when I did the long distance pump review, then I used the aluminum mast, the 75 centimeter mast, and it's got a thickness of 19. And that kind of breaks you down. What I've heard was that the aluminum masts are actually similar or even stiffer than the carbon masts, especially if they're not super high modulus. But this one here actually is different, and I tried that on the dock. You can see it here. I tried to flex it as much as possible. The carbon mast actually has a little less flex, and it is slimmer, and I really felt more comfortable with it on the water. It was less exhausting, which is kind of nice. But now let's talk about the stabs. And I have the Pump HA50, 100 and 140, and there's no surprises there. You just pick the one which suits you most. Some people like super stable foil setups where you hop with both feet, you have a lot of stability on the pitch axis, and there are other people who hate big stabs. They're just breaking you down, and they take super small ones or even no stabs at all. For me, you know, I'm the boring average foiler. I prefer the HA100. Still pretty pitchy, I think, but also nice glide. Yeah. This is the one that I went with, that I felt most comfortable with, that I still was able to get in that pumping movement, but also like felt agile enough to turn it all right. Now, this is the titanium and carbon fuselage, and the tail of the fuselage here, this is a short tail, and you can take different tails there to make your fuselage longer or shorter. If you want an adjustable fuselage, then go with that titanium carbon combination.
So you want to go pump foiling with your new Takoon gear. Make sure when you order to also order that backpack, because it's perfect to stash everything you own. I just place here my pump foil board, the 80 centimeter pump foil board, and for the mast in the back of the backpack, you have this perfect slot to just slide it in. It's protected there as well, and you have the Velcro to secure it so it won't slip out. Really comfortable. For the front wing, you need to leave your fuselage on, because with the fuselage, it helps it stay where it should be. You have two clips on either side to secure your front wing, but you know, if you have such a big front wing, you need to be aware of your surroundings. More on that later. The stab I just placed in the backpack, and then you have sliders to just secure everything. Once you wear it and you have that big of a front wing, you need to be aware where you're going. Like on a bicycle, for example, you are super wide. If you would walk through a train, that's nearly impossible. And even outside here, I need to double check that I can fit through everything. Now, full disclosure, Takoon sent me this stuff to try, so thank you very much, Takoon, for this opportunity. I used the Takoon 80 board, the carbon 18 mast, 75 centimeters, the titanium and carbon fuselage, the Pump Pro 2300, and the HA 100 stab. That was my final quiver, and it works quite well. If you want to test it, if you want to try it, hit me up and we can arrange a joint session.